it's a perfect family house, I think. You have all these areas for play and, for experience. So, and, as I say, with all these sort of different spaces with that vertical stacking, everyone can find their own space if they want to, but everyone can come together. For this site, it's a beautifully secluded site, and there's a lot of opportunity with the bush kind of running down on one side and the views at the top. The goal really was to try and, stack the house up as high as we could. And because of kind of the recent planning changes, it meant we could go pretty high. So it's including the roof terrace, it's 4 levels. The blocks were direct imported from Germany. There's an opportunity to get the internorm joinery as well, triple glazed, high thermal value. It helps create the environment of feeling so peaceful and so sort of relaxed. You don't have any sound from outside. The living areas, well, the whole house really, because of this kind of idea of the stacking, is that it's divided into zones. Experience different times of the day, different people, because it's a reasonably large house. The living area is secluded from the other sort of kitchen, but the kitchen relates to the pool and the landscape, while this living area has the view and kind of much more of an outlook. The finishing is you have to sort of plaster on the outside and then you plaster the inside. So it's a very natural and organic material. And for the other materials in the house, we sort of riffed on that kind of natural, kind of Scandinavian look, I suppose. So, the timber floors, the plaster walls, the timber joinery, all these things kind of to give this kind of very natural and, welcoming kind of home environment. Well, I love the stair. I just kind of love the fact that you kind of have the kind of core of the house, really. It's this concrete stair, it's in situ concrete, timber edging. You just kind of wind your way through all these different spaces. So you've got all these different places and it ties everything together. So for the concrete stair, it was really important, it can be seen as quite a kind of cold and hard material. So we balance it out with the timber sort of kind of framework, the kind of, safety from falling edge and the plastered walls. So you get this beautiful sort of balance between kind of a reasonably industrial material, the softness of those others. Having all these sort of areas as you go up, just kind of creating their own spaces all the way through, even at the top of the stairs, having a little sitting area right at the top. But again, it's about balance. And so we have this area of this kind of the cedar weatherboards that are stained. And the joinery is a sort of darker colour on the exterior. So, and the louvers are sort of a darker colour. So it's a sort of balance between sort of a grey, dark colour and the whites. It's a funny process when you design a house because you can visualize a lot of it at that point in time. But when you finally get the opportunity and everything's tidy and it's not chaos, it's just a beautiful thing. And the intent was to create sort of a peaceful, harmonious space. And I really feel like we've achieved that. So yeah, very happy with the result.